You gotta love Mario 64. But what if I wanted to play it illegally? Well, I couldn't emulate it on my computer. See, I'll even show you. But anybody can do that. That's not cool. So let's use Nintendo's competitor, Sega. We're gonna have to make a little bit of modification. Wow, that works pretty well. I mean, you could also buy it on eBay. Some guy's selling them for $30 a piece. And I mean, you know, it might only just be like, I don't know, piracy. But hey, that's not my problem. I bought it. I'm not selling it. That might still be a crime. Wait, no, don't tell. Yeah, Sega Dreamcast. Now, no, this is no joke. Literally, look, Super Mario 64. Now, this does take a little while to load because it's playing from the console. It's like a hacked console. It's not a hacked console. This is a complete stock console. I'm just saying, what the disc is doing is inserting the ROM into the console, and the disc is just kind of like an Xbox One or a PS4 disc. It just kind of installs the game into the thing. It will stop spinning in a little bit, I swear to you. But yeah, Mario 64. Now, as you can tell, the audio kind of sucks ass. Now, this game does not save, okay? You cannot save on this version of the game. So, I did not do the 120 stars, and I sure as hell didn't do the 119 either. Because I don't have the patience for that, even on the N64 version. But, going in, and it's not perfect. I mean, look at Mario's face. I almost feel bad for him. You can tell the music sucks, and just overall it doesn't run very well. The best on a slide level. Yeah. And the frame rate has gone way downhill. You can tell that it doesn't run the greatest. But then again, you're talking about trying to get a Dreamcast to run Mario 64. This is running pretty damn well. I mean, I'm not big into the Dreamcast community, but I've read online from posts 10, 15 years ago of people talking like, oh, if somebody manages to run Mario 64 on the Dreamcast, it will be crazy. It's not that the Dreamcast isn't powerful enough to run Mario 64, because the Dreamcast is more powerful than the N64. It's just a different kind of hardware than the N64. It is really impressive that Mario 64 runs as well as it does. Like I said, it's not good, but it's a lot better than anybody 10, 15 years ago would have ever thought it would run. Which is kind of cool. But the question is, does it BLJ? Yes, the BLJ does work on the Dreamcast version. It's a really good conversation piece. Kind of like the Virtual Boy, I guess. Quick warning, if you do plan on buying your own copy from the guy on eBay, it only works on a Model 0 console or a Model 1 console. Now you might ask, well, what does that mean? Well, here, I'll show you real quick. Okay, so to see if your unit is a 0 or a 1, this is a Dreamcast. You're going to want to turn it around, and right by the NTSCU, if you live in America like I do, it is right there. Like, see, mine is a 1. Now, it'll also work with zeros, but it will not work with anything other than a 0 or a 1. I don't know if it works with PAL Dreamcast or Japanese Dreamcast. I don't know. One little thing I do have to complain about, and it's really minor, you can make your own. It comes in a DVD case. Now, like I said, that's no big deal. I'm just saying this is your normal Dreamcast case. It comes in a CD case. These don't look good on a shelf together, and on top of the cheap quality case, which makes sense, you don't give a shit about the case, you want the game. But as somebody like me who wants to store this on my shelf and have it look somewhat decent, it's kind of a bummer that it doesn't come in a jewel case. But it's just a minor problem. You can make your own jewel case. In fact, there's a guy on Reddit that made his own cover art, Dreamcast jewel case style, which is pretty cool. And the files are completely free as far as I know, so you can just print your own and put it in a spare jewel case you have. What is my overall opinion on the Dreamcast Mario 64? It's pretty cool. It is really cool. It's, like I said before, it's really surprising that this even runs on the Dreamcast. But do I recommend it? Not really, unless you're a collector like me and you want a weird conversation piece. Not really, because for cheaper, okay, just assume you don't have anything but a TV, right? If you want to get the Dreamcast one, you gotta get the Dreamcast, which is more than the N64. And you gotta get this, which is about the same price as the game, but it runs worse, and it's on a more expensive system. So, unless you're somebody who already has a Dreamcast, it's just cheaper to get the full setup to play Mario 64 on the N64. And it runs better because this is the console it was made to be on. If you really want it, I'm not gonna come to your house with a gun and say, don't buy it, but it's more of a conversation piece in a game you would actually play.